Welcome to my very first YouTube video. I am a little bit nervous. I've been wanting to do it for a very long time. I'm finally here, I'm finally doing it, and I'm so excited. I've got so much that I want to share with you guys. I've got so much that, you know, I want to do, and I want you guys to see it. I want it to be on my channel, and I just want to do makeup. I want to do makeup, I want to talk about makeup, I want to talk about what makeup I love, I want to talk about what makeup I hate. I just want to talk makeup, I want to do makeup, I want to just, everything makeup related, let's just do it. So if you guys want to see how I created this look and what products I used and what I love, what I didn't love, etc., please stick around. And yeah. Usually before I do my makeup, the first thing I like to do is prep my skin, moisturize my under eye area, or use an under eye cream. For the last 4 months, I've been using the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment, and it's got really weird consistency. So like once you dab it in, it kind of feels like water. It does moisturize that area. Not only moisturize the area, but if you're doing, you know, let's say a makeup look, or you're going out, or you're baking, you need to moisturize that area. Your under eye will look so old, crinkly, crepey, aged if you don't moisturize that area, just like the rest of your face. Not only for makeup, aging purposes, dark spots, fine lines. So I always like to use something under my eyes, day and night, always. My moisturizers, they kind of vary. So, I mean, I stick to maybe 2 or 3 different ones. I use them on rotation. Like sometimes I'll have a winning streak where I like where my skin's looking, so I'll stick with that one. Today we're going with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched in... Seriously, we are not off to a good start. Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I'm sorry, I do stumble on my words a lot. Like that's a bad habit that I've got. I got some new palettes today, so that is good because that will give me some inspiration to film something different. Oh my God, when I opened this palette, it was like it was like the heavens opened. Oh, it's really exciting for me opening a new palette. Like, I know a lot of other makeup artists feel this way, but when I open it, it's like, oh, I'm serious. Anyways, I got the Violet Voss Pro Ride or Die palette. I also got the Violet Voss and Nicole Concilio palette. It's so pretty, and I love this. Is it hologram? Oh, whatever. I'm definitely using this palette today. There is a shade called Josie. Like, I have to use it. So pretty much we're just gonna talk. This is more just like a little, you know, not so much a get ready with me, but like an introduction to YouTube. So I'll just talk a lot of crap. It'll be pretty much all beauty based, and not all beauty based, but that was a lie. Like life, the industry, social media, YouTube, just that kind of stuff. My honest opinions. I'm not gonna filter on my thoughts on specific brands or specific topics. I'm going to be really genuine with you guys. What you see is what you get with me, so I really want to translate that onto YouTube, onto my channel, and I just want I want people to know me, the honest me, the real me, what I really think. YouTube can be very filtered, and I don't want to do that. Like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna swear a lot too. I'm sorry, I do swear a lot. And let's prime the lids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. It's so strong, it's so tacky. It really gets things sticking. As you can see, I've done my brows off camera. I feel like no one really wants to see another brow tutorial. But if you do, then yeah, feel free to ask. I'm down. I like to dab this one in with my finger. A little bit really does go a long way with this. So I like to just put a little bit on the lid and then just dab it all the way through. Yeah, then we'll set it with some powder. I haven't used this palette before, so this is going to be like a first time. All right, so we've just set it with the shade April. I'm loving all these names, so cute. So I'm gonna go in with a really nice transition shade. We're gonna go in with Erica, and we're just gonna kind of buff that above the crease. You can darken it as much as you like. Like right now for me, this is just a base color. We're gonna build on that. We're going to get it nice and blended, nice and even. I really like using sticky tape because it gives a really nice cat eye look, and it gives that really nice sharpness. Just stick it on the back of my hand to get rid of some of that tackiness, because once you peel it off, and obviously this area is really delicate, so rip it off. It can kind of hurt and it's not good for your skin to be stretched out that much. So yeah, get rid of a little bit of the tackiness, just kind of pop it on the back of your hand, rip it off. So you kind of just want to make sure, I don't know if you can see that the sticky tape aligns with the tail of your brow. You don't want it to be too low or obviously too high. That's going to look ridiculous. Just from the corner of your eye, and that aligns with the tail of your brow. And obviously make sure both pieces of tape are even, because then you're going to kind of get two different shapes and that's not going to look pretty. So yeah, just have a look in the mirror and make sure they're straight. I think I'm going to do something a little bit more catty, a bit more feline-ish shaped eye look. Doesn't make sense to you. It actually makes sense in my head though, so don't worry. Alice is nice. Oh, lovely. You know what? These shadows are actually really nice. They're blending like really nice, and I'm not really dipping the brush in that much. I'm being super light-handed. They're really nice. I'm not even lying, like loving it so far. These are the matte shadows. I haven't tried any of the shimmery shades yet, so that's next. Yeah, it's really pigmented. You can see that was just like one tiny dip in, and it is super strong. I'm gonna just zoom this in a little bit just so you guys can really see what's going on. Oh, my husband's home. I'm so annoyed. I hate filming anything in front of him because he just sits there and watches. Gets me nervous. You can watch it later, but not yet. Sorry, I'm trying to watch Game of Thrones. Yeah, I just got into it. It's so good. King Joffrey, oh my god, he is horrid. I've added just some darkness into the corner and I've blended that in. I'm actually gonna go in with some of the black along the sticky tape line to create that kind of cat eye slash eyeliner look. When you've got sticky tape, I find it always works better to blend that way in. So when you've got it along the line, then kind of blend it this way. The corners may not look blended because you've got the tape, but when you remove it, it will, just as long as you've been doing your job. Highlight that brow. Oh, hello, wow. So that's one of the shimmered shadows, and she is bright. This one is Fiona. I'm gonna go in with the shade April. Yeah, I think let's keep this a really nice matte look. I always use like a really nice, you know, highlight shimmer, but I think this one will keep it matte. Blend that in with the rest of the shadows. See how once I've gotten rid of that tackiness, this tape just kind of comes off and doesn't pull my skin. Now that I've taken it off, you can see I've got that really nice sharp line. You might find some of the shadows kind of gone straight down because of the lining of the tape. You can just use a makeup wipe to get rid of those edges there, but we're going to smoke out that lash line anyways, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid liner on. Because I've got black on the corner, you probably won't see the wing, so I'm just going to cover my lash band with the liner. My day one, my ride or die, literally, for myself, it's the Face of Australia liquid liner. I used to use this when I was in high school. I used to go to school like literally perfect wing, like wing on fleek. My dad hated it. He would tell me off every day for wearing makeup to school. My last 2 years of high school, I went to a Catholic school and I wasn't allowed to wear any makeup at all. I was very upset. I think what I love most about this liner is the tip of the brush. It is so fine and so soft. What I usually like to do with my lash glue while my eyeshadow is being done, I usually just put a little drop of glue on, like, let's say, you know, one of the lids of my products, and let that get really tacky. So when it's time to do lashes, they're not slipping and sliding, they're not going everywhere, they just go on. Raquel Lashes by Huda Beauty. I love these lashes. I think those ones and the Samantha lashes, they're probably my favorite in the whole range for my eye shape. They just work really well. The orange, the peach, the cranberry, those colors together, they kind of remind me of a sunset. So we have our lashes on. Let's start on the face. Now my skin is really quite oily in my T-zone area, so I need a good primer. If I don't use a good primer, then there's no point in me putting anything on my face because it will not last. The oil-free primer by Laura Mercier, I actually really like it. I like it because you can feel it getting tacky on your skin as it's drying. So for me, that kind of tells me that, hey, my makeup is going to stick to it and it's oil-free, which is what I want. I've got enough oil in my T-zone. I don't need any more. It's such a nice foundation, and for you know, drugstore or whatever you want to call it, it is so reasonably priced and it's just great quality. I love it. I really love it. You know, I do like the whole drop kind of, the dropper. You can control how much, you know, you're putting on your face. So if you want to build it up, if you want to have a day where you don't have, you know, as full coverage, you can do that. Or if you want to pack it on, you can also do that. It's funny, the day that you go to, you know, film your first video or whatnot, your skin is horrible. Mine is anyways. It's good. I've got the ring light going so you can't really see it. Breakout central at the moment on my chin area. So we'll leave that lower lash line for the moment. Blend that in really well. I'm using the Real Techniques beauty sponge. I have, you know, a lot of beauty blenders as well. I use them in my kit. I don't know why, I love this one. I always on myself use the Real Techniques. And I think it's like, you know, over half or quarter of the price. I think they're $17 at the moment. And I really feel like they work just as well as a beauty blender. With highlighting, I'm not a huge bright highlight kind of person. I feel like it tires my eyes out. I'm going to use the Studio Skin Concealer. This one is in medium. And I'm also going to use the Marajuka Creaseless Concealer. So I'm going to use both of those together because I don't want it to be too light. And the Tarte Concealer is really thick. You can see, you know, just on the camera, it's a lot lighter than Studio Skin. So they'll balance each other out a little bit. I feel like I don't need to highlight my forehead because it is large enough. Concealer is also a really good part of the makeup process at this point, because if for whatever reason, you know, not even if you've used sticky tape, but if you want to sharpen that kind of edge, you can do that with your concealer as well. My edge is probably sharp enough. It's literally like I'm using the Dermablend loose setting powder and I really like it. So I'm just gonna pat it on underneath. I'm gonna go down the sides of my nose and I'm gonna do that on this side as well. And I've just set that chin area. Now there's not really a lot of bake on there right now, which is fine. I don't want to add too much. Baking is amazing, like especially for photo purposes, it looks great. But sometimes baking can go wrong if, you know, especially if you're not moisturizing that under eye area. Like I mentioned before, it can make your eyes look older than what they are or what you are. Setting it is crucial. If you're putting concealer under your eyes, always set it. I'm just literally gonna bake the sides of my nose here, just like that. Give myself a little nose job, and then I'm just gonna bake the center. Yeah, so I'm just gonna bake the center and the sides. Now at this point, I'm just gonna sweep away any other bake that I've got. I feel like my eyes look a lot more flawless when I don't over bake. I look quite smooth under here when I don't bake. Like if I bake for like 5-10 minutes, I look a lot older. You can see that concealer and that powder has set into those tiny little lines, and it's not visible to other people, but I can see it and I don't like it. All right, now I'm going to do just a little bit of contouring on my forehead and my cheeks. Not a lot, because I feel like we can get the same effect with the powder anyways. So I'm just gonna if I like to look extra bronze, like I will use this contour kit. And I feel like this is so creamy, this contour kit. It is really, really good. This one's the Iconic London. And let's get that chin, let's get that jawline snatched. Just with the flat side of the Beauty Blender, we're gonna blend it out. Oh, just open the lights, it's getting dark. All right, let's just blend it out. On my forehead though, I kind of like to just emphasize the contour on these parts here to make it look smaller. This is a really nice glow, this one. It brings a really nice warmth, I feel. Make sure you really blend that in really well. I'm gonna use the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder, Oil and Fragrant Free. Well, that is nice to know. This is so good. Like, I know I've been saying this about everything I've been using. Obviously, I'm using them because they're good, the products, but I was previously using the Too Faced Pressed Powder, which was also amazing. This one here does just as good as a job, but it's like, again, a quarter of the price. So before I go in and put any powder or anything else on this area of my cheeks, let's go in and put some liquid highlight. This one's the Cover FX drops. This one is in Sunlight. Instead of blotting them on your cheek, pop them on your hand and then apply them with the Beauty Blender, and I think it's easier to blend out and you get a better application. I just like to put them everywhere, but not anywhere near that T-zone and too close to, like, so pretty much halfway where my pupil is. I won't go beyond that because they're the oily points of my face and I don't need my face to look any more oily by adding shine to those areas. Dust away this bake. The Hourglass Ambient Bronzer. This is a bronzer that actually makes you look sun-kissed. You know how a lot of bronzers you can use and they can give that really dark, muddy look? This one is such a nice, glowy, bronzed look. And you know what's funny? I know a lot of people say you can't contour with, you know, a bronzer like this. Like, you've always got to go for something a little bit more matte and, you know, like the Hoola or the ABH contour kit. Well, I'm disagreeing. I think that you can totally contour with this. Not heavily, but I think you can. So I'm just gonna warm up my whole face with a larger brush and I'm gonna just put it kind of just everywhere. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. This is the Sigma Small Contour and I'm going to contour my cheeks and my jaw line here. I'm not going to heavily contour my nose, so I'll just go in with the brush and I'll sweep the sides of the nose and just the bottom. And we'll go and we'll set that bronzer. I just feel like when you put highlighter, you always need to go in and reblend it. So that's why I like to put highlighter, then blush. Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter Brush, and we've got the Artist Couture Diamond Powder. Wow, it's so exciting. When you see a highlight that's like bang, it kind of like stops your heart for a second. Put as much highlighter as you like you can keep going. You don't have to keep going, you don't have to put highlighter really. So once you've put, you know, as much as you like, that's when I like to go in with a blush. You've got your bronzer, you've got your highlight, then you've got your blush in this area. So it's easier just putting your blush on last and you can blend the two together. And I'm going to use my NARS Orgasm. I need a new one, but I love it. With the blush, I kind of like to dab it more so than sweeping it in. So I wouldn't say the makeup is heavy. This isn't a really, the eye look is heavy, but the face isn't super heavy. Another look I might do, I might change it up and do some heavy contour, heavy highlight. So, but you can still kind of see the definition on the cheekbones, the warmth on the forehead. So it's enough, but it's just not too much. This one's Jane. I don't know if you can see that, but that is gorgeous. You know, I think I've used enough shadows to come to a conclusion on this palette, and it is definitely a winner. I love it. Pigmented, the fallout is so minimal. The color palette is right up my alley. It's kind of everything I wear anyways. The cranberries, the warm tones. You've got every color in here to create most looks. And yeah, the quality of the shadows is really, really good. On the inner corner, I know I said I wanted to keep it matte, but I lied. I want to highlight. And I'm gonna go back with the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder. I like a bright highlight, especially on my inner corner. Let's put a bit of this on the brow bone too. I know we put Fiona up there. Let's put a bit of this as well. And a lot of the brushes that I'm using today are also really, really good. In my personal collection, they're from Tools of Cleopatra. It's this really cute little brush set. They're black and rose gold. And they come with all different face brushes. They come with all different eye brushes. And I think it was last year. I've used them ever since. And I'm not just saying that, like I'm not. They're actually really, really handy. They come in a cute little case. I really like them. That blush one that I was using before, it's probably not a blush brush. I used it for my blush. I cannot stand the faces I make when I put mascara on or when I put eyeliner on. It's like everyone makes, I don't know why. It's like a natural reflex. As soon as you open your eyes, you're like, I do it all the time. I'm just gonna put some mascara on my lower lash line. So we're just gonna line my lips with this, with MAC Spice. Then I'm going to go in with some of my lipstick from Black Diamond Makeup. This is in the shade Intuition. So this one here is a liquid lipstick, so it will dry matte. Just dab it in a little bit, so avoid it from drying with any lines, streaks. Now I'm going to try a new product. I just got this one today. This one is the Huda Lip Strobe. This is in the shade Ritzy. So I'm gonna try this out. It's really, really nice. No, I really like this color. I'm gonna go in with the ABH. Do you love that glow? Like, seriously. So we are finished. So this was my very first look ever created. If you've got questions, if you've got, you know, things you want to ask me, please contact me. Like, I want to get to know you guys. I want to connect with other makeup artists and other viewers. Let me know what you guys think. I'm always open to positive, constructive criticism because this is my first video. It's not going to be perfect. There's going to be so many things I need to work on and improve, but I'm open to all of that. I will see you guys in my next video. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and